Imagine getting up every day to putting your heart into everything you do, the people you know, your job or your own projects, just to feel like your efforts aren't noticed, like you're yelling at the top of your voice. And this is all you hear back. This fight is being fought in quiet. A lot of people face in their quest for fame and the need to be valued is self-worth. Not just for what we do, but also for who we are is a wish that everyone has. Goes beyond age, work, and let's go back more than 2 years in time. Thousands of years ago to Greece and Rome, when Stoic thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus all had problems. These same questions of worth and end and worth, even though time has passed and how society has changed over time. Technology is an important part of our lives. Struggles stay the same. Stoicism offers more than just academic ideas, but a useful set of tools for getting around how hard everyday life is. These old methods honed through hundreds of years of looking and thinking are surprising to still be important, for today's pushes us to think about the timeless. By learning the lessons of Stoicism, we reach an important crossroads that force us to question the very basis of our worth. Is the real way to measure how much we're worth lie in outward praise and accomplishments, or in the way we act, what we do, and how we react to life's tests? The 9 Stoic tactics we're using about to look into promised not just ideas, but also actions and ways to rise your idea of what's important, past the not very deep to something more deep and lasting. If you've ever felt forgotten or unappreciated, the next step is to change that. Story. This isn't just about being tough, it's about making your life better with useful, usable knowledge. So whether you're new here or you've been here before, it's time to get ready for this trip. Getting stronger and accepting the kind of smarts that really work. Time to see how long you can stay with us while we learn how to do more than just be being seen and loved, for who you really are the most important thing, and we value your time. 1. Talk about something with the Stoic plan we all have, but waste a lot of the time. 2. Thought about the time we spend every morning. It starts when the alarm goes off. It's easy to hit snooze on another day. Don't turn over and waste important minutes. We often find ourselves swept away into oblivion. We told ourselves, I'll do it tomorrow, putting off not only chores but also our dreams and hopes. This regular delay not steals our time and makes us feel less important. How we feel about our worth and promise that there's more at stake than just managing time means putting a high value on it. Our most valuable property is the common. Having a hard time is the illusion of, since we have endless time, we treat days as if they are always pushing what really counts to someday, which we often don't get. There is a clash between knowing time and is limited, and act as if it were endless leads to a life full of. As Seneca once said, I'm sorry, and we wish. We don't have little time to live, but we throw away a lot of it. Is long enough and large enough? A large amount of money has been given to us for the best accomplishments. If it were all well spent, the answer lies in keeping a cool head about time. Management, seeing every moment as a resources that can't be replaced, and working with reason for and urgently think about the big change in when you wake up every day with a clear goal that focuses on what really cutting out the noise that doesn't matter, takes your attention away from your goal. By you tell yourself that you value your time by and other people, that your life and goals, your efforts are very important. This way of thinking not only makes your sense of self-worth and also motivates those around you to think about how they spend their own time, to think about Seneca's ask yourself, what can I do today to enjoy the time I've been asked for? Use this question to guide what you do and actions that make every day a sign of what you're worth and what you leave behind. Having a plan could be the key to getting people to see their own value in a way you least expect. Number 2 to go, take care of yourself. Calm. Plan 2. First, think you've reached the end of your rope. With a full schedule from morning until dusk with things you don't want to do but that are made to fit the wants, needs and wants of other people instead of your own. It's like you're always on your phone. When it's being used, the battery dies faster than in this case. It's not just possible to recharge familiar. It's a fact for many people going, we felt drained, underappreciated. And sometimes it's hard to see the tension here runs deep. It's the fight inside between wanting to be there for others and those who are often forgotten need to put our own needs first. Well-being. It's a delicate balance that tipped the scales wrong a lot of the time, towards stress and burnout instead of peace. Marcus, who was known as the philosopher king, told him who lives in peace with himself, lives in peace with the... This quote really gets to the heart of our trouble, telling us that the build a stronger base for a more start, living a full and respected life. By paying close attention in your next, fully present and involved in the talk and see the change it makes, brings up number 4. Be always keep a cool head. Plan 4. Let's say you're at a turning point in your life. When given the option of following the crowd or making your own way, it's like being on the edge of a forest. The well-worn road is easy to see and warm, but something inside you is drawn to the trail that wasn't marked, the one that offers an adventure that is just for you. This problem has been around for a long time. Instead of conformity, authenticity is the pull inside of. It's a battle between fitting in and standing out, between leaving your voice down and making people happy and telling them the truth. We've all felt the need to fit in ourselves into what we think the world needs, often wants us to be at the cost of. It's a fight between our true selves, the ease of acceptance, and the fear of being turned down. As the Stoic philosophy Lucius Anna said, if you want to be loved, do this. I love this simple but deep message. Gets to the heart of our battle. It seems like the key to appreciation and value are not in. We have to change to fit in with the world. But by being ourselves and being honest with ourselves brings us what we want, the respect and care that is based on real connection and respect for each other. So how do we accept our being our true selves in a world that seems to give money for conformity? It starts with little brave acts of being honest over stoking fire, over ignoring it, and being different over uniformity. It's at these times of deciding to be real means that we start being liked for not being who we are. Think about us, just for who we say we are. What part of your life are you dimming? Change your light to fit someone else's expectation. How can you put this into action? The Stoic way of life in your daily life to build a more satisfying and honor your life. And remember the journey, the key to self-empowerment is the 5. Have the confidence to be yourself. People help. You've been tough 5 times in a row. Having a hard time with all of your work, like you have to go up a mountain by yourself. It's like being at the base of a mountain peak. Gear on your eyes. The steep road in front of you is spread out. You are set on doing it, but part of you wonders if you can really get to the top by yourself. This is where we get into the power to change things by letting others help you. Sometimes the problem we have is not just the mountain in front of us, but also they think that asking for help is a sign of weakness. It was a bad battle. Our pride was hidden by the silence. Needing help is the same thing as admitting we live in a world where failure is common. Honors the self-made hero by making an illusion that success can be achieved by one person. But this way of thinking misses the strength found in working together in a group. Marcus Aurelius once said that men exist. Teach them for the sake of each other then, or wait for this new idea. Asks us to think again about our solitary struggles, tells us that our being able to connect is not a disadvantage. Taking help is a source of strength, isn't about giving up it's about recognizing that freedom, that we are stronger together, more strong, and can get higher than we ever could on their own. Accepting the help of others helps us see things in new ways. The beauty of people and their shared strengths connection. So how do we make this happen? The silent way of life in our daily lives, to build a more satisfying and respected life. Maybe it starts by taking a small step to see if asking for help and sharing a load, or giving them your own skills to someone in need. Let's make a deal ourselves to help build a group of help us think about the power of what else is serious about collective strength. What plan do you think is in store for us on Stoic? Plan 6. Follow this road to become more valued, not only as people, but also as a part of a bigger whole. Number 6. Stay steady and calm while managing the storms of living with grace and poise. Often seems like a feat. Save this for a select few. We're now in the 6th lesson and are going to a plan that is both hard and rewarding, a way to stay calm and collected. Every day brings its own trouble, from the rush of due dates to the unexpected changes in personal relationships in the midst of these storms. It's not just an act to keep serenity. Of defiance, this fight is an art, where worry and pressure try to get to. To upset our inner peace is a general fight. Feelings are running high, and the plenty of pressure mounts, making us want to lash out or give way to stress. And this emotional tug that war not only tries our will, but often makes us feel worn out and not given enough credit by ourselves and by those around us. Put up with another Stoic philosopher said, "The most beautiful, the cure for anger, is to put off this deep as our beacon. Insight guides us. Words help us remember that the power to stay written lies in our power to choose. Take a moment to breathe and think before. When you answer, it's in this space between what is the stimulus and reaction that we find our power, our pride, and finally our value by getting good at staying. Being quiet and collected, we not only life storms are easier to handle, but get respect and love from those around us. So how do we grow? This cool head in the heat of the hours, soon as it starts with small daily tasks. Learn to take a deep breath before in response to a challenge, stepping away to gather our thoughts and move forward every situation with the idea that there is a chance in every task. Show that we're calm and think about there are times when staying calm could changing a possible fight into a moment of growth. What can you do? Use this calm approach in your daily life to grow a more satisfying and respected life. Now, the journey 7. Don't stop here. Keep some things private today. We're going to a realm Stoic approach. 7 is often forgotten but necessary for building self-respect, and know how important it is to keep your privacy at a time when telling everyone about our lives don't just look normal. Besides we have to deal with the difficulty of deciding what to talk about and what we want to hold. Dear the updates, pictures and news all the time, with check-ins, the lines between what our public and private lives have left us to find the right mix between personal safety and openness. Our internal battle comes from the need to connect and be seen versus we need to keep our inner lives safe. The challenge is greater now than ever before. The pressure to share too much is everywhere, causing times of being open about our private lives too public, putting our peace at risk, and personal limits that Epictetus once gave. A piece of advice that says a lot to this situation: keep quiet for the most of the time. Or if you speak, say only what is important. And in a few words, this quote points us in the direction of the Stoic road of selective giving, taking into account that some people have thoughts and feelings get more valuable when held close by. Keeping some parts of our lives the same private, we don't just keep our peace, but also help people feel like having self-respect that is valued by those around us. How can we use this plan to improve our lives? Improve our worth and credibility starts with an interest check and setting limits that respect our what parts do comfort levels show of your life that you want to keep for. We carry this for you or a small group of people. Forward thinking. Think about the balance. When it comes to sharing and privacy, how can keeping a private sanctuary open will the number of connections in your self-worth 8? Always learn and grow every. We're on a path to Stoicism every day. That is packed full of chances for, but it's easy to get lost. You're stuck in a rut and going around in circles. You may have felt that way when you're eager to take the next step and learn something different. But there's that thing that seems to stop you. It's like being on the edge of a huge, unknown forest, not sure what to do. Taking that first step into the unknown. The trouble we're having is the safety of the well-known versus the UN's certainty of growth. It's in our nature to move toward what we know, but this often comes at the cost of our growth. The worry that they will fail or not be good enough may stop us and keep us from the very having situations that will help you grow. And Seneca said it wasn't because of growth. Things are so hard that we don't dare. It's because we don't dare that they are tough. And this quota is shining a light on our fight and telling us that what is stopping our growth is not the how hard, it is to learn new things, but our reluctance to accept the challenge, taking on a mentality of we can keep learning and growing, because in order to get past these obstacles, making our lives better and growing our value to each other and to ourselves, then how do we encourage this steady growth in our everyday? It starts with accepting the stepping into the unknown, to have new adventures with wonder instead of fear. Every day gives us a new lesson if we let it. Think about the parts of your life where you have been afraid to grow, and think about taking small steps to put yourself to the test in those 19 areas. Keep a sense of mystery as we look at the complex art of Stoic strategy. 9. Putting value on oneself. Reach a strong but less disgusting conclusion plan. The good thing about getting an air of surprise. Cons, think about the moments when you came across someone who doesn't show all of their cards right away, whose depth becomes clear length of time, not by showing off, but through measured show, that subtlety can lead to intrigue, admiration, and a deep-seated interest that shows the strange. This has a magnetic pull on it. There is a dance between strategic reserve and reveal, and hiding are difficult. This is the time when people want to share everywhere. The fight here is in how to choose, what to share, and what to hold back, seeing that in the empty spots. Respect and attention that aren't met are made. People more likely to overshare can water down the core of our events, left not much to guess at, and accidentally not much for other people to look for. Bazar was an intellectual whose knowledge echoes the Stoic focus on being careful, told to mix some mystery with the very mystery makes everything come alive. Honor. And when you explain, do not way too detailed, but you don't show your deepest thoughts in everyday life interaction that this C advice encourages to help us get through life with a sense of we not only show conscious restraint by doing this, not only keep our inner space safe, but also make us more noticeable in the eyes of others as we think about how to use this plan for our daily lives. Let's think about how much something that can't be seen is worth. It's possible that some parts of our lives make our relationships better and deeper. People who respect us accept the art of surprise everyone and watch as they lean in, closer, eager to find out more about. Let us carry this with your spirit. Move your interest forward, not just as the end of our run, but as an welcome to explore the uncharted. Areas where we can grow as people. What unknown will you pick to keep? And how are they going to make it the way the world values you during this trip? We've looked at 9 Stoic tactics that were meant to making us feel more important, each giving you a unique view of look at our conversations but here's the catch. Being aware that the desire to be more, being liked by other people, may have led us to miss a deep truth. Stoicism In conclusion, its heart asks us to understand what our real worth was. We learn that it's never up for question. The search for approval from others often mirrors our own wrong ideas about what it means to really care about ourselves. Real worth is found not through the eyes of others, but in the peace and quiet faith in our ability to live up to our values and learning to accept yourself. It's now your turn to read what these ideas have struck a chord with you the most. What approach led to a change in how you think your worth is? Leave your thoughts and stories in the comments below for it in our shared the things that make us strong, and for ideas. Remember, the journey to seeing how valuable we are is not we walk this road every day, not to get somewhere, full of chances to grow and learn. Please let me know if you want to continue looking into the conservative way of thinking and how it can make your life brighter. So make sure to sign up and become a part of our community. Let's all welcome the current journey to find out what we're really worth, finding peace not in praise from others, but in how full our inner lives are.